All right, welcome back to the caster desk, where you have not been lied to. We do indeed have an interview with Puffles, and Puffles, I want to make sure you can hear us. You wanna give me a hello? All right, perfect. Well, very nice to finally be able to talk to you, Puffles. And after seeing those games as well, there's no better time to do it. How's the team feeling after game one, or actually after that, rather this series? Excuse me. Whew. Oh yeah, you guys are solidly in second place. DJ, I wanna give you a chance to ask some questions as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, so solid performance tonight again, locked into second place now. A couple weeks in a row, I believe, of a clean 3-0 after you guys. I think it was last week. Did clean up. Oh, I guess it was FFs against Rage Quit. But either way, you guys have been looking a lot better generally with the games and in the standings, and looked super clean today. So talk to me about kind of how you guys have improved, maybe since week one when we did see you guys up against Who Flashed That Fight in a bit of a rough series, looking a lot better here in week number 6. What has been improving for the team?
Well, I think week one we've improved a lot since then. Let's see. Our drafts have definitely improved. Obviously, I think in week one we were kind of all over the place. The game one against Who Flashed That Fight, I think was pretty good, but obviously in games 2 and games 3, it kind of went off the rails. But yeah, I think other than Lotus, we've 3-0'd. Other than last week, we've 3-0'd everybody so far.
Yeah, we like to hear that you guys are on that streak again, going all the way up into second place now. But let's talk a little bit more about tonight, Puffles, and what an individual performance from you here in these 3 games, particularly, of course, game 1 and 2. Very convincing victories for your side, largely behind your play. Can't remember if you were deathless in game number 1. You were definitely close. Game number 2 on that Zoe, absolutely insane, just dominating proceedings there. And even though game 3 a little bit trickier, still dishing out a ton of damage on that Tristana. So talk me through your matchups, how you were feeling tonight. That was some incredible stuff coming out from you in these games.
Yeah, game 1, we probably figured if they lot the Gragas Yasuo, I'll just win the matchup on Akali. And I don't think I laned that well, but obviously in the team fights, it was pretty easy. Game 2, I guess after they lost and they banned the Akali in the first round, they were like, well, I guess we'll just put our mid laner on a, supportive champ, Lissandra Malzahar, Annie. And and then they cheesed me, like, well, I don't want to call it cheese, but it was pretty obvious they were going to level 2 me like game 2, and game 3. But yeah, I think the drafts were pretty good for the most part today. Game 3 was definitely hard though. The Yone versus Tristana matchup, especially with Jarvan, is just like, even though I want to push this Tristana, is like basically impossible because of Jarvan.
Gotcha. DJ, I can't decide whether you want me to ask a question or not.
Yeah, no, go for it. Yeah, no, I'm trying to pass it back and forth.
Okay, I understand. I wanted to know, going into the next couple weeks, you guys still have to go up against AoE, God Squad, Sparta Prime, and YO Boomers. Of those 3, who would you expect to be your most difficult matchup?
I think Sparta Prime's actually pretty good. We haven't really looked too much at everybody else. We've just been focusing week to week. But I think Sparta Prime is probably a top 3 team. So I would say we're looking forward to them. I think they're our last game of the split. So should be pretty fun.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good way to end the season. Yes, DJ, would you like to ask a question?
No, I just want to mention they did 2-1 Lotus tonight. So pretty much confirming your suspicions there about being at the top of the table.
It was a really impressive performance from you guys, and I want to sort of let the last question be more for you than for us, because it's not very often we get to have somebody on stream, or rather, that you get to make an appearance on stream. So if you have any words to the fans of the Glaive Esports Onyx roster out there, I would like to hear them.
Just say thanks for supporting us. We're working hard, practicing. I am excited for playoffs. I think we're going to do pretty well going forward.
It's very clearly paying off. So I look forward to seeing you guys in those playoffs since, like you say, you secured second place by now a margin of 2 games, and there's almost no doubts that I will see you there. Have a good night, and thanks so much for joining us on the interview.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Now, DJ, now that the interview has concluded, it's also time for us to conclude, and as much fun as I've had tonight watching Glaive Esports Goomba stomp all over the Rift, I certainly leave that a little bit scared and a little bit tired as well. I think I'm gonna need to go see somebody about my thoughts on Jhin after this. We'll be seeing you next week, though, however, if you are missing your XLNC content, with Rage Quit Esports Arctic going up against Sparta Prime, the very roster that was teased tonight. And I believe, I'm going to ask this, producer, do we have an Excellent 3 podcast after this? We do not. All right. Well, then you guys can probably enjoy a nice raid. We're gonna take our break though, talk in post-show, so if you want to join us and you do have access, please feel free to pop over to the server there, and we will see you next time on Excellency.